Getting you ready for game time. Join me, Sal from Behind the Arc Basketball, as I announce play-by-play. Make sure to smash the like and subscribe, because now we're about to go live. Entering the pregame, we now present Sal from Behind the Arc Basketball. And what's good, everybody? Welcome back in. Glad to have you guys back at the stream once again today. This should be a good one. Number 6 seed Kentucky taking on the number 3 seed Kansas State. Battle the two Wildcat teams. As we'll be tipping off in about 10 minutes from now. If you guys are new in the stream, make sure to hit the thumbs up, spike the like, hit the subscribe. Oscar Tshiebwe coming off a 25 rebound game against Providence on Friday night. Kentucky winning 61-53 against PC. Kansas State winning against the 14 seed Montana State 77-65 in the late game on Friday night. Mario, Lucas, Metronome, Landon, Ryan, welcome back in, everybody. This should be a good one today in this matchup here. The poll right now pretty much split between 50-50 on the percentage for the voting as well, so make sure to vote in that poll. Who you guys got for this one? One game already wrapping up. Xavier onto the Sweet 16 to take on Texas. Xavier winning over Pittsburgh in the first game today, 84-73. As we will have the Sweet 16 announced after the completion of today. One of 3 part of a triple header here on the channel, with the first stream Kentucky, Kansas State. Directly after, Michigan State versus Marquette, another great game. And then the late one tonight, later tonight, between Miami and Indiana for the 5 versus 4. So we have a 6 versus 3, a 7 versus 2, and a 5 versus 4 today for the matchups that I plan on covering. And keep you guys posted on the other scores, especially when we get through a later part in the day, as there'll be a couple games going on at the same time with St. Mary's UConn and Creighton versus Baylor, FDU and FAU going at it later tonight as well. And the nightcaps, TCU versus Gonzaga today. Wow, so 25 rebounds, most in an NCAA tournament game since 1977. It's unbelievable. Yeah, Big O, just too much to handle for PC in the last game. Providence trying to make sure that they give an extended contract to Ed Cooley, because they know how competitive that Georgetown job happens to be, and hopefully Cooley stays with PC, man. Sir Smooth, welcome in. Glad to have you back at the channel. Fascinating matchup here. Antonio Reeves drilling threes. He made 4 threes for Kentucky on Friday night. It's been a spark for Big Blue. Kansas State lethal duo they have with Marquise Noel and Keontae Johnson. And just a remarkable story for Keontae Johnson returning on the floor. He was the player who collapsed in the court for Florida around 3 years ago, and just has made a complete comeback this year. One of the top players in the Big 12. Top 5 scorer in the conference this season in the Big 12 for Keontae Johnson. And him and Marquise Noel, they have been lighting it up this season. They have a legitimate duo out in K-State. Fun team to watch. They can put points in the board. And Kentucky seems like they're turning around the corner as of late here. Jacob Toppin having strong games as of late. He was the one who really set the tone for Kentucky in the first round. Reeves was knocking down some big shots from 3. They had a couple monster possessions that they turned from like defense into offense. There was one that they had like a monster block. It was Toppin from behind. And then out in transition, Reeves made the 3. And that was part, I think, like a 6-zip run in like a 30-second span. That was just wild. Man, Oscar Tshiebwe, if he keeps on playing like he's been playing, It's going to be too much to handle, just wearing down teams left and right on the glass. Randy, welcome in. Thanks so much for joining in. Yeah, that's a big shocker right there. Tennessee handling Duke. And Tennessee just locked down Duke. Like, that's the best game plan that I've seen all tournament long. What Tennessee did just completely just took Duke out of the game yesterday. I think the question's going to come down to whether Kansas State can keep the ball out in front. They struggle with a lot of turnovers so far this season. They average around 14 total turnovers per game. Those two players specifically, Marquise Noel, the point guard, and also Keontae Johnson, they do the bulk of the work for Kansas State. So they got to get those two going. If they fail to get those two going, it's going to be a tough game because Kentucky has multiple options that they could go through. Toppin, Shibwe, both of those guys going to be a force down low. And then Cason Wallace has really been able to step up and be the facilitator of this offense for Kentucky. We'll tip off in about 5 minutes from now. And then a perimeter shooter with Antonio Reeves coming out in the last game, which is massive news there for Kentucky. Bradley, welcome in. I'll know who Bradley's going for this one. For Kentucky down the stretch, last 5, it's been win-loss, win-loss, win-loss. They're just trying to put back-to-back victories together for Big Blue, and they've been coming into the tournament strong. They're now 6-2 in their last 8 with only 2 losses against the same team, Vanderbilt, which Vandy have been lighting it up from 3-point range. Providence was not on their 3-point game on Friday night. Kentucky's the favorite in this matchup, so they're the 3-point favorite, over under at 142 for this game. If you guys are new in the stream, make sure to hit the thumbs up, spike the like, hit the subscribe. We're going to tip off in about 4 minutes from now. So getting real close to tip off. It was supposed to tip off like 15 minutes ago, but it got pushed back from like 2:40 to 2:55. I think it gets pushed back because of like the other game. Xavier Pittsburgh wrapped up a little bit later for that game. This one's out in Greensboro. Mario, welcome in. He's got the Wildcats. Well, there's 2 Wildcats. 2 Wildcats. The battle of the Wildcats, just like the battle of the Tigers yesterday. The Princeton Tigers beating the Missouri Tigers. Just what a crazy bracket this year. I guess the great thing about it is that so many of these games have been close and competitive. Like, even if it's like a double-digit victory, I mean, the other team is like still hanging in the game and played like a good, like, solid 35 to like 37 minutes of the game or so. Yeah, they push it back if that game goes too long, because there was like a lot of falls at the end. Yep, that was in Greensboro, so that makes sense. Yeah, so they pushed it back a little bit more. Dale, welcome in, taking K-State for this one. Kansas couldn't find other scoring options outside of Jalen Wilson yesterday. That's been the problem all season long for Kansas, was that they would go on scoring droughts. Like, they were too reliant upon Jalen Wilson this season to score, and then the other guys were like a seesaw this season. McCullough, Grady Dick, DeJuan Harris. He was efficient for DeJuan Harris, but he's known to play make more instead of like being aggressive and shooting the ball for Harris. But yeah, basically that whole offense ran through Wilson this season. And you need like multiple consistent options. What we saw today from Xavier is, I think Xavier put their entire starting 5 in double figures for Xavier. That's the #1 passing team in all college hoops for Xavier. I think they're a top 12 team in total offense this season for the X-Men. So yeah, the wheels fell off a pit in that game. That's tough to do. They played 3 games in the span of like 6 days for Pitt. It's just so tough to do, to go from the first four Dayton, playing basically the similar styles they played against. So they played against Mississippi State and Iowa State. And then they go from two defensive-minded teams to like one team that's fast tempo, loves to go up the floor and just push the pace with Xavier and score points. And that became a track meet, and Xavier was just able to score more points, whereas Pittsburgh, the wheels fell off on that team with just 3 games in the span of like less than a week. Derek, welcome in. Congrats to Texas out there. Texas Xavier in the Sweet 16. I believe that's going to take place on Friday. Yeah, it should be a really good game. Xavier, their high-flying offense meets Texas's really tough defense. Yes, this game's in Greensboro, so this is the same arena as Xavier Pitt, so that's why they pushed this game back a little bit. Jackson, welcome in. Yeah, huge game yesterday from Dylan to Sue. Yeah, I'm shocked with the injury to Zakai Ziegler, Tennessee in the Sweet 16. Out of like all the game plans that like teams shut down other teams in the tournament so far, I'm impressed with Tennessee, how they just locked down Duke defensively yesterday. Cason Wallace, Antonio Reeves, Chris Livingston, Jacob Toppin, Oscar Sheway starting 5 for Kentucky. Marquise Noel, Desi Sills, Cam Carter, Keontae Johnson. Naquan Tomlin for Kansas State, as we're going to tip off in just a moment. Kansas State, white jerseys, purple numbers, purple letters for this matchup. Already at midcourt, Kentucky breaks their huddle. Comes out to the floor now. The blue jerseys for Big Blue today in this matchup. White numbers, white letters for Kentucky. Kentucky right to left on the floor. Kansas State left to right. It will be Sheway and Tomlin going up for the tip, and Kentucky controls the opening tip. Tristan, Woody, Darryl, welcome to the stream. Hit us up in the chat who you guys got for this one as we are underway. Kentucky with the basketball first. Sheway at the left wing, hands it off to Reeves, takes the 3. Around and out, no good. Offensive rebound. Sheway got blocked from the side. Desi Sills came up from behind. Loose ball, though, on the hardwood towards midcourt. Kentucky comes down with it. It's been a problem this season for K-State. 14 turnovers per game, the average at the bottom 50 of college basketball. Missed 3 again by Reeves. Offensive rebound, Sheway. Sheway outside to the top. It goes to Wallace. So Kentucky really wants to strike first so far in the game. Already has forced 1 turnover off the loose ball by Kansas State. Kansas State strips him. Desi Sills comes up with a steal. Sills passes across the floor. 3, transition. No good off the back rim. Missed by K-State. Rebound controlled Kentucky. 1 minute through. Big Blue with it. Straightaway 3. Off the back rim too long. Missed again. That time by Toppin. K-State right to the rim. They score first bucket. Cameron Carter up in and off the glass. Under 19 minutes left to go in the first. Kentucky with a possession. Fast-paced game so far. Top of the key with Antonio Reeves. 0 for 2 from 3 in the first minute. He was 4 for 7 in the last game against Providence. Pass off the roll down. Sheway right to the rim. He scores up and in off the backboard for 2 with the right hand by Oscar Sheway. Little pick and roll action right there. Kentucky's got the size advantage down low in this matchup as well. Kansas State with possession. Bounce pass top of the key. Sills hands it off to Johnson. Johnson, deep range 3 from the logo. Missed off the back rim. And that's the bad shot selection that cost them the game in the Big 12 tournament against TCU. They took a terrible shot right there early on from the edge of the logo by Keontae Johnson. Doesn't really attempt threes that often. Top it at the left wing. Moves it on top to Reeves. It's Wallace now who has it at the elbow. Wallace bounce past Sheway, stole away though by Noel. He passes ahead, attacking right to the rim. Johnson missed off the back rim from point blank range. Off the fingertips of Tomlin, goes back to Kentucky. Sheway at the free throw circle will wait for his teammates. Moves it outside into the hands to Wallace. Wallace passes out to the right wing, lob down low. Sheway defended by Johnson at the low right block. Sheway moves it across the floor, intercepted by Desi Sills. Here goes Sills up the court, and he draws the blocking foul. Terrible pass right there by Oscar Sheway, trying to do too much with it as he floated it across the floor. Didn't see number 13 in white and purple. And this will be free throws coming up for Desi Sills of K-State. Just those decisions. We've seen a ton of poor decisions so far in the first 2.5 minutes plus. These guys just not playing disciplined so far from the start. Not playing tight either as well. They're just extremely loose, that it's way too loose, that it's losing the handles constantly. In the first free throw missed by Sills off the back rim. Naquan Tomlin will check out now for Kansas State. Sills will shoot a second one, and that is able to drop through. So 3-2 now for Kansas State. Desi Sills, a transfer from Arkansas to Arkansas State. He's piled up over 100-plus career wins for him at the collegiate level, playing for the Hogs. And then with the Red Wolves, Sheway passes, baseline cut. That's a jam. Jacob Toppin throwing it down with a two-handed finish. Big Blue on top, 4-3. 3 minutes into action. Toppin with a strong game against Providence on Friday, 18-6-2. At the left wing, up fake for K-State. Cameron Carter takes the three. No good. Banked it. Tried to bank it. It was off the glass, around the rim, and out. No. Rebound, Kentucky. Chris Livingston up the floor. Moves it off to Wallace, left wing perimeter. Wallace pass out to his right off the screen. Open three, Reeves. Halfway down, no good. Rattled out. Offensive rebound, Sheway. What a beast. Puts it up and through. Working on two. It's good. With a putback by Big O for Oscar Sheway. Just too good. Here goes K-State running the floor. Oh, they missed the layup from point-blank range. Kansas State, no good at the rim. Here goes Kentucky. Jumper. 15-footer off the rim, no good. Tipped up. Battle for the rebound. And it gets ripped away by Gasson of K-State. In a foul picked up in the backcourt by Sheway on the rebound. Sheway trying to force the tie-up. But the referees are going to call it on Sheway reaching in the backcourt, battling for that rebound with David Gasson of Kansas State, and it will be Wildcats ball. Coach Cal, hands up in the air, looking for the call there. He thought he completely had the tie-up so far. Oscar Sheway, 4 points, 4 rebounds in the first 3 minutes and 45 seconds. Kansas State will fire a three. No good again off the back rim. The shot selection's been terrible so far for Kansas State. Kentucky with it, 6-3. They dribble inside the key, out to the top. Reeves, up fake. Reeves drives. Reeves floats it up. Off the glass, no good. Sheway, defended by 3. We get a tie up on the floor. Possession arrow, Kansas State. And again, Coach Cal pleading his case right to the officials here. The officials really betting the K-State money line in this game, according to the officials right now, what we see through the first 4 minutes. Big O fighting, scrapping for every single loose ball. Right now, the first 4 minutes, it is Coach Cal versus the officials. Big O versus officials in this game right now. That's 2 calls going Kansas State's direction. We're just 4 minutes into the game, and you can tell this one is going to be intense. 16 minutes left to go as we take the first media timeout. If you guys are new in the stream, hit the thumbs up, spike the like, hit the subscribe, ring the notification bell as well on the channel. So, twice, Sheway was trying to tie up a Kansas State player. The first one they called a fall on Sheway, and the second one they called a tie-up, possession arrow, K-State on that last one. Sheway already, he's got 4 points, 4 points with 5 rebounds in the first 4 minutes. Just doing exactly what he did against Providence in this game. Deja vu all over again right now. Kansas State really needs to find their shot. When they lost in the Big 12 tournament against TCU, they were just all over the place shooting the ball. And they're taking these wild shots from the logo, from the perimeter. They've been missing layups. They're 1 for 7 shooting for Kansas State. A couple of those shots they missed easily. Antonio Reeves, he's yet to find his 3 so far, so he's 0 for 3 shooting, but he's been aggressive right out of the gate, just taking the last game, trying to put that one together here, but yet to get anything to drop so far for Reeves. And then over on K-State, Cam Carter's attempting the most shots. He's attempted 4 out of the 7 shots so far for Kansas State. And he's not the top scorer of the team. He's attempted more than half of the shots for him so far. Keontae Johnson's 0 for 2. Marquise Noel's yet to attempt a shot so far in this game. Both teams just looking to push the ball. I feel like we're going to have like a lot of transition points in the later stages here. David, welcome to the channel, man. Glad to have you guys back in. If you guys are new to the stream once again, make sure to hit the thumbs up, spike the like, hit the subscribe. This was only the first time out. We got plenty more to come. And we're only 4 minutes into action. So we'll see how both of these teams respond out of the timeout. Kentucky with 2 personal fouls, and 1 each by Shibwe and Wallace in the first 4 minutes. Kansas State yet to pick up a foul so far. Noel has it for K-State, moves it out to his right, almost got it picked off by Shibwe. Dangerous pass there as it goes over to Sills. Sills at the right wing. Kentucky out-rebounding Kansas State, tripling them on the glass 9-3. Noel towards his left, defended by Shibwe around the perimeter. Passes into the key, out to the top. It goes to Tomlin. Tomlin with a 3, missed around the rim and out. Rebound goes to Toppin for Kentucky. 15:30 remaining. Kentucky has it. Livingston guarded around the perimeter by Gasson. Reeves passes out to his right to Wallace. Wallace defended by Keontae Johnson at the top. Wallace moves it over to Toppin. Toppin rises for the J. Missed off the mark at the right elbow. Rebound controlled by Sills of Kansas State. Sills passes off to Noel. Noel drives down the lane. Kick out corner. Johnson inside the key as he gets tied up, and possession arrow will be Kentucky. So Kentucky will get the ball now with 14:57 left. That's the first turnover of the game by Kansas State. Great defense there. Kentucky was able to close out off the kick by Marquise Noel. That's one of the big keys against this Kansas State offense that Kentucky will look to see if they can defend, not giving them any sort of space out there. That is a turnover by Kentucky around the perimeter. So back-to-back turnovers as it will go back to Kansas State. So 14:40 left to go in the first. This game's really slowed up right now. 2 personal fouls by Kentucky, none yet by Kansas State. Johnson passes inside. Akiti floated out to the wing. Wide open 3, Desi Sills, and he couldn't make it. Tipped up, and a rebound controlled by Reeves of Kentucky. There's been open shots that Kansas State has not been able to make so far. 0 for 5 from 3-point range. Couldn't get more open than that than Desi Sills could. Cason Wallace gets the ball from Chris Livingston. Wallace drives up to the elbow. Pass over to Shibwe. Wallace, though, slipped and got called in the travel. A little bit slippery over there inside the key, and we'll have the change of possession now with 14 minutes left. That's now back-to-back-to-back turnovers. A lot of turnovers in this game so far. Kentucky already with 5 in the first 6 minutes. Kansas State with 1, but they've shot too many bricks inside. Sills got the layup. Nice little backdoor cut right there. 1-point game. Kentucky has it with Toppin. Into the hands to Wallace around the perimeter. Back outside to Toppin, top of the key. Moves it out to his right to Reeves. Reeves defended by Noel. Off to Livingston. Livingston spin move inside the key. Takes the jumper. That's well short on the 13-footer. Rebound control by Tomlin of Kansas State. Up the floor now with Marquise Noel. Noel drives. Bounce pass. Missed the mark. It's a turnover. Had a cutting Keontae Johnson going backdoor to the hoop, but Marquise Noel missed it wide left of Johnson on the bounce. We got 13:23 left. The pace was extremely fast to start off, and now Kentucky just making sure to play their way right now, controlling the tempo. Toppin at the top. Bounce pass over to Sheway, has it at the mid-block. Kick out to the corner. Frederick first time into the game. They'll see if they can get a perimeter spark with him. Bounce pass down low. Sheway puts it up. Oh, he scores up and in. +1 coming up at the free throw line for Oscar Sheway. They had a one-on-one matchup down there. Went to Sheway working on Tomlin. Able to post up, receive it, turn around, put it off the glass, and gut it. And check that. That's actually Abayomi Ayala, number 23. So not 35. They got 23 on the foul for Kansas State. Abayomi Iola. That's the most rebounds in a tournament game since 1977 with his 25 boards against Providence for Sheway. 1 free throw. Pinwheels in. That's good. 9-5 with 13 minutes left. Kansas State just searching for answers to get something going with their offense. Nothing easy so far. Marquise Noel pressured in the backcourt, gives it over to Johnson. Johnson drives inside a key. That's going to be called a defensive foul by Kentucky. That looked like it was going to be a charge there. Toppin tried to set his feet inside a key, sliding to his right. Johnson right over him, but it's called on Toppin, his first. So Kansas State will get the inbounds. 12:48 left to go. Bounce pass down low. Tomlin gets the bucket. Nice cut right there off the inbound 9-7. It's a good Kansas State team off inbound plays, and also really, really good lob combination they have between Noel and Johnson. 12.5 left to go before halftime. Frederick has it at the right wing. Dribbles towards his left. Sends it off to Reeves. Reeves defended by Cameron Carter of K-State. Reeves towards his left. Passes off to Wallace. Wallace. Kick out to the wing at Toppin. Toppin back outside to Wallace. 5 in the shot clock. Wallace towards his right shot clock. Winding down. 2 in the shot clock. Launches up a 3. And he drills it. Case to Wallace. Sticks it. Hand in the face. Bang, bang right there for Big Blue. Just sends up a prayer and sends it through. Noel. Out to his right to Johnson. It's a big-time shot. Deep range 3 from the logo. Hit front rim missed by Noel. Offensive rebound. 3 at the wing. Airballed it by Naquan Tomlin. Shot selection still poor for Kansas State. 11:45 left to go. Kentucky has possession. Reeves at the left wing. Moves it on to the top to Wallace. Wallace drives inside a key. Kick out corner. Reeves with a 3. Reeves airballed it over the rim. No good. Rebound goes to Tomlin for Kansas State. Intercepted by Wallace. Wallace drives baseline. He has numbers. Right to the rim. Scores up and in off the backboard. +1 by Cason Wallace. 14-7 Kentucky. That's been the problem all season long for Kansas State. Number 1, shot selection. Number 2, turnovers. 1 free throw coming up after the timeout by Cason Wallace. Been a motor in this game right now for Cason. Monster 3 he hit contested with a shot clock winding down, and then a steal, the layup, plus the foul, and 1 coming back for Kentucky after the timeout. What a start for Big Blue in this game right now. If you guys are new in the stream, make sure to hit the thumbs up, spike the like, hit the subscribe. Ring that notification bell as well if you guys would like to be notified here for future live streams. History speaks to itself. A team that usually averages above 14 turnovers per game gets bounced out either in the first or second round. And this is looking difficult right now for Kansas State, especially when it comes to Kentucky trying to play their tempo. Kentucky will slow down the tempo. Kansas State wants to put it fast, and Kansas State's getting nothing inside. And when they have had the opportunity, they've missed a couple of those from point-blank range for Kansas State. So then they're forced out on the perimeter, and they have guys taking threes, and they're taking like 30-foot jumpers and missing poorly off the front rim or over the rim. That's been the difference maker so far through the game. Kentucky's defensive intensity so far has been something special to watch. And they've had that defensive intensity so far today in this matchup here. Kentucky +5 on the glass, 12-7. Oscar Sheway just eating down low, 7 points, 5 rebounds, 3 of those offensive boards. And Cason Wallace up to 5. so far this game, and Kansas State in trouble. Kansas State just 25% shooting, 0 for 7 from three-point range for K-State right now. Just size could be a factor in this game. Marquise Noel, he's had a phenomenal season for him, but only 5'7", going up against much more lengthier Kentucky guards in this matchup. So size could definitely be an issue in this type of game. We're seeing it so far. Sheboy in the glass. And then from the guards in general, Kansas State is shooting 2 of 7 with their 3 starting guards, Carter, Noel, and Sills, so far. Yeah, their numbers are not that great from three-point range either this season for Kansas State. They rely heavily upon playmaking. And Kentucky is just taking them out of the game right there, making sure that they don't have any of those key passes, making sure that they don't get any of those transitional lobs. This is a good Kansas State team out in transition, and they're the top lob threat team in the nation, but when you go up against a team like this that can protect the rim, it is tough. Kansas State this season ranks 198 in the nation in three-point shooting percentage. They average around 7 made threes per game. They attempt around 21. So back to action. Free throw is good. Three-point play complete by Cason Wallace. He is up to 6 so far. 11:25 remaining. Kansas State was number 3 in the Big 12 in three-point shooting percentage, around 35% on the season. Masood, jumper, turnaround, missed off the mark, no good, and the key rebound to Sheboy once again. That's rebound number 6. Racing Factions, welcome in. Thanks so much for joining in from Mexico City. Hit us up in the chat, by the way, who you guys are rooting for in this matchup, Kentucky or K-State. And yeah, let us know where you guys are watching from as well. Missed jumper by Wallace. It goes back to the Kansas State Wildcats. Noel swings it downhill, right to the rim. They score up and in off the glass. That's good on the layup, and that's points in transition right there for Kansas State, and that's how they're able to operate. Kentucky not back in transition defense. That's the first transition bucket scored in the game for K-State. Kentucky with the ball. Top of the key. Now they dribble down low, top in, off the side of the glass, no good. Battle for the rebound, scooped away by Cameron Carter of Kansas State. Different for me to call this game because usually I say like the nickname too, but I can't say Wildcats or Wildcats because both of them are Wildcats, so I just go by team names for this game. Cutting underneath to Johnson. Johnson floated it up inside the key, and he missed a 6-footer. Rebound, it goes back to Kentucky. Missing easily from point-blank range in this game, but an issue for Kansas State. Sheboy gets tied up around the free throw circle. Possession arrow, Kentucky. 10 minutes left to go. Yeah, Alabama's just got so much size. So much size. I picked Alabama to win it all. And actually the big reason for that is because I compared Javon Quinterly to Remy Martin. Basically that bench spark that's having that comeback type of season, coming back from injury. Javon Quinterly had a huge game yesterday. He only averages around 8 points per game this season, but he's playing on one of the deepest teams in all college basketball, and he was averaging around 13 points per game the last 2 seasons prior before his injury. And he's gotten stronger and stronger and stronger down the stretch of the season for him. Loose ball here on the floor. His body's just colliding. Wallace, Gasson. Is he going to go back to K-State? I think it will. Yeah, it was a tie-up on the floor. Yep, tie-up on the floor, possession arrow, Kansas State. So loose ball in the middle of the key. Got tied up. So this will be possession arrow, Kansas State. 9:40 left to go. Kansas State gets it back. Yeah, a lot of people on Twitter right after Mississippi State lost in the playing game, people are like, is the SEC this weak? And then here's all the SEC teams, majority of them just dominant right now. 9:20 remaining, turnover by Kansas State. Kentucky has it. Top of the key with Reeves. Lance Ware, number 55, first time into the game, has it at the top. Moves it out to his right to Reeves around the perimeter. Over to Frederick, the transfer from Iowa. Frederick gives it off to Reeves. Reeves, 10 on the shot clock. Reeves double teamed out to his right. Livingston. Livingston, 5 on the shot clock. Dribbles inside a key spin. Takes the jumper. Got it. Able to drop it down for 2 by Chris Livingston, the 5-star. 8-point lead for Big Blue. Kansas State struggling to push tempo, struggling to get back in points in transition. Shot selection's been an issue. Turnovers been an issue so far for Kansas State in this game as they have it inside a key. Swing it out to the wing to Johnson. 10 on the shot clock. Johnson lost the handle. Gets it back though. Guarded by Ware. Johnson inside. Get that out of there. Huge rejection by Damian Collins. They're going to call a goaltend though as it was over the cylinder. So they will call a goaltend on that. It will go back to Kentucky. Wow, I cannot believe that Keontae Johnson kept his dribble right there. So Johnson gets awarded the 2. Referees call it goaltend, 17-11. 8:29 left to go in the first. Let's see here in the replay. Whoa! That was not over the cylinder and that over the rim, Cam. That was to the left side of it from the shooter's angle. That was not over the cylinder right there. That should have been a clean block for Kentucky. Out to the wing it goes to Livingston. Livingston inside. Livingston puts it up. Off the glass, no good. Rebound controlled by Sills. 8 minutes remaining. Out to Sills. He attacks. Oh, man. Ooh. Bodies collide and Sills is down hard and he is in pain right now. Trying to throw down a poster. And he just went face first right into the hardwood. Holy smokes. Try to posterize. Try to throw down a poster over C.J. Frederick and Damian Collins, and he got destroyed at the tail end of it. We'll have 2 shots coming up at the free throw line for Desi Sills. That was a hard fall. Sky high to belly. Straight down on the hardwood. We take the timeout on the floor. Under 8 minutes left to go before halftime. Kentucky by 6. Chris, welcome in. He's got Marquette, Gonzaga. Wow, K-State +3, Oregon. In the NIT there. Best of luck on those. If you guys are new in the stream, make sure to hit the thumbs up, spike the like, hit the subscribe. Ring that notification bell as well if you guys would like to be notified here. We got over 100 watching. This tournament has been awesome, everybody. This has been an amazing tournament. So many close games. These games are just so intense. Bodies colliding like human dominoes all over the floor. Every single possession means something. Like, for the majority of these games, most of them have been close. Like, this has been probably the most balanced tournament that I've ever remembered in recent memory watching. And I'm 27 years old, so as far as I can remember back, I can remember back as back as Syracuse, Vermont at the DCU Center with Sorrentine from the parking lot. So that's going back to the early 2000s there. But yeah, I think this is as even as like as a slate of games that we have had with so many close games. Oscar Sheway, 7.7 rebounds. 6 points by Cason Wallace. Kansas State, nobody yet to score multiple buckets. K-State's 5 of 16 shooting. The top scorer is Desi Sills. He has 3. Wow. Everybody in Kansas there shocked that Jayhawks lost. Yeah, Arkansas just can get it done in the bracket. That's now 3 in a row for Arkansas that they make it to the Sweet 16. They just always seem to find a way for the Hogs. Like, whenever it's tournament time, no matter what the record is, just, you have to erase the record, you have to erase the seed for these games because they don't matter. And then also just erase the regular season because anything could happen. You start fresh. Everybody is 0-0 entering the bracket, and we've seen that directly with Princeton and FDU. (17-11). This should be free throws coming up for Kansas State with Desi Sills. 7:58 left to play as we get back to action. Sills at the free throw line, 2 shots. First one's good. Steven, welcome in. He's taking FDU to the Final Four. I'll make sure to remember that one. 1 personal foul each by Toppin, Shibwe, Wallace, and Frederick so far. Second free throw is good. They called the last one on Frederick. Kentucky gets the inbound. 8 minutes left. Case and Wallace has it at the logo. Moves it off to Ware. Ware hands it off to Livingston, back outside to Wallace. Wallace at the right wing, 10 on the shot clock. Wallace drives to the baseline, takes the jumper, fall away, missed off the mark, tipped up to Noel of Kansas State. BTK, welcome in. Ethan, welcome to the stream, man. These tournament games have been incredible. So this game has been intense. There's been a couple foul calls against Kentucky. Desi Sills a little bit dinged up. He's going to hobble out towards the bench right now. So if you guys are just joining in, Desi Sills, before the timeout, tried to throw down a poster dunk over C.J. Frederick and Damian Collins, and he missed the poster dunk up fouled, and he slammed his body straight down in the hardwood, belly first, flying up all the way belly first. So Sills now a little bit hobbled up, is going to check out of the game. Noel swings it across the floor. Johnson catching fire, 3 K-State. Missed off the front rim, offensive rebound. Tomlin puts it up, and then he scores off the putback. 2-point game now, 7 minutes left to go in the first. Livingston receives the handoff from Toppin. Livingston passes left corner Toppin. Toppin moves across the floor to Frederick. Bounce pass down low, Shibwe. Shibwe, triple team, Shibwe. Draws the foul. Now is this on the floor? I believe it's on the floor. The clock will stop. 6:55, and it is. Desi Sills right now, they really need him for Kansas State. He is out on the bench. He is the 6th man for that team. He is on the bench right now. He's a transfer from Arkansas. Jumper, deep too, missed by Shibwe. Not his shot there. He took a 17-foot jumper straight away. Rebound for Kansas State. Kick out to the corner. 3 by Tyke Green, missed off the mark, and Kansas State stone cold from the perimeter. They are now 0 of 10 from 3-point range with 6:30 left. Wallace swings it out to the wing. Wide open 3, Frederick. Spots up, drills it. Big Blue by 5, 20-15. One team can make their threes. The other team struggling. Right to the rim, though, goes Kansas State for the layup. That's the second time today after a big make that Kentucky has failed to get back in transition defense. Coach Cal not too happy about that. At the left wing perimeter, Livingston. 6 minutes left to go before halftime. Into the hands to Wallace. Wallace has the edge of the March Madness logo towards his left. Wallace dribbles, drives out to the wing. It goes to Toppin. Toppin at the free throw circle. Toppin passes, cutter, drives, dunks it home. Two-handed flush by Chris Livingston. 5-point lead again for Big Blue. Kansas State looks to push it. Noel drives inside a key. Noel, Swifty right to the layup. He got the layup as he scores right at the rack. 5.5 remaining. Kansas State can do that to you. They just push it right off you score, right off the inbound. They love to push it. In Kentucky, that's the 3rd time now in the game they've just struggled to get back in transition defense after they score a bucket. Top of the key 3, Livingston. And no good. Got tapped out of bounds. Last touch by Toppin. It'll go back to Kansas State with 5:17 left. Kansas State's going to beat Kentucky with their speed. We're showing that replay again of Desi Sills trying to throw down that poster dunk, and then Desi Sills limping towards the bench. He's trying to stretch out that right ankle right now for Desi Sills. He's on the bike. So he is on the bike right now for Desi Sills. He is currently on the bike at the moment, not in this game for Kansas State. 5 minutes left to go before halftime. K-State yet to make a three. This is their 10th shot from three, and they miss off the front rim. 0 for 10 from three. Livingston. And that's Wallace who collects the defensive rebound. Wallace is down right now in the backcourt, and they're going to call an injury timeout. Wallace is down still. Cason Wallace is still down in the backcourt for Kentucky. Did he get hit in the eye here? No. He didn't get hit in the eye. One of his teammates accidentally kicked him a knee to the head. Oh, man. Cason Wallace. So he got tripped up as he came up with a rebound, and then one of his teammates running right past him accidentally kneed him in the head going up the floor. So Cason Wallace heading towards the bench right now, as they're going to have to check on him. That's a major loss. Cason Wallace is so critical towards this Kentucky team. They have Frederick now on the floor. Handoff to the top to Reeves. Reeves, the ball handler now for Kentucky. 4:40 left to go. Reeves at the left wing. Brings a double teams Kansas State. They're looking to force a turnover. Out to the top it goes to Toppin. 8 in the shot clock. Toppin at the right elbow. Rises for the J. Contested. Missed off the back rim. Offensive rebound back to Toppin. He's on a mission. Swings it out. Oh, it's a turnover. Oh, no, it's not a turnover. It got deflected out by K-State. So the knee of one of the players running right past Cason Wallace as Wallace was down. Accidentally, one of the players' knees bumped right into the head area of Wallace as he was down on the floor. 4:25 remaining. Sheway with the ball in the backcourt. Sheway brings a double team. Loose ball. Far side of the floor. Who's got it? It's a tie-up. Possession hour, Kentucky. 4:19 remaining. Kansas State knows that Cason Wallace is not on the floor, so they are bringing pressure immediately, and they're bringing pressure to the big fella. David Gasson. Marquise Noel. Noel tried to force the steal, and Noel and Reeves for the loose ball. Referees say possession arrow, Kentucky. 4:19 remaining. The referee is taking a look at the monitor right now, but it's Kentucky ball. If you're new in the stream, make sure to hit the thumbs up, spike the like, hit the subscribe, ring the notification bell as well. What a battle we got between these two programs. Well, that's a great sign to see. Kentucky has Cason Wallace back into the game. So Cason Wallace, number 22, will check back into the game for Big Blue now. So that is a huge sign. Able to get their main ball handler back onto the floor. Kentucky has it. Top of the key, it is Reeves. Reeves got it blocked at the baseline out of bounds. It's David Gasson who last touched it for K-State. 4:06 left to go before half. Kentucky will get the inbound underneath their hoop. Wallace back into the game. He will be the inbound passer on the floor with Sheway, Toppin, Livingston, and Reeves. Sheway has it, moves it off to Reeves. Out to the right wing, back to Wallace. 10 in the shot clock. Wallace, 4 minutes left to go. Bounce pass, down low. Sheway, underneath. We have a whistle with a fall on the floor picked up by K-State on the reach-in. That's number 4 by Kansas State. So both teams with 4 personal fouls. And we will head to another media timeout. Under 4 timeout remaining first half. 22-19 with 3:56 left. Yep, both of these Wildcats trying to run wild. It's been a pretty wild game today, too. Kansas State only down by 3 despite going 0 for 11 from 3-point range today. It's these transition points that's helping them out. That's 3 times in the game that Kentucky's failed to get back on the defensive side of the floor after they've scored. And Kansas State, a team that loves to push it up in tempo to get their buckets. BTK with a dono. You the legend, brother. Let's get that dono hype out for BTK. You guys are awesome here on the stream. Feel free to join in later today. I got 2 other streams I plan on covering. Michigan State versus Marquette in the next one. That should be a great game. Followed up by Indiana versus Miami to close out the night. So Indiana versus Miami will be my final stream of the weekend. And then I'm hoping to be back on Thursday and Friday covering some more games. Probably will do double headers for both Thursday and Friday, hopefully. I'm going to see if I can get my work done for the weekend ahead of time because I got a couple of games I'm announcing in person afternoon on Saturday, afternoon on Sunday. So I'll probably be back later on Saturday and Sunday for games. Probably like after 5 both of those days if there are games later that day because I got the season opener they got for softball at one of the colleges. I'm announcing a doubleheader next Saturday afternoon, and then they got a baseball game that I think it's their home game too. Their home opener they got for next Sunday. Yeah, best of luck to Chris there. So Eastern Washington down by just 6 right now, 11.5-point underdogs to Oklahoma State. Yes, I hope to cover games Thursday and Friday. Yeah, I got a lacrosse game on Wednesday, so I'm trying to see, because I got basically my whole prep done for that Wednesday one so far. I'm trying to see if I can get my prep done for Saturday and Sunday. For tomorrow and Tuesday, gonna get my prep done for that so I can open up Thursday and Friday, hopefully. The thing is that they play games throughout the week, so I can't get records or so until later on in the week. I'm about an hour south of Boston, so the 2 schools are they're about an hour south of Boston where I am this week. Because sometimes I go up to Boston to announce, sometimes I'm near the Providence area, because this weekend coming up I'm more near Providence. Inbound for Kentucky, Shibwe on a double, turned it over though. Kansas State brought pressure, trapped Shibwe in the corner. Kansas State with a steal, got poke loose from behind. As Kansas State picked it up, we have a reach and foul. That's on Kentucky. Game clock will stop with 3:48. That's on Cason Wallace, reaching in from behind. That's going to be Wallace's second. So 3:48 left to go. Kansas State will get the inbounds. Defensive type of battle here so far, as nothing's come easy to Kansas State in this game. Marquise Noel has it at the March Madness logo. 15 on the shot clock for Noel. Noel swings it out across the floor. Nice extra pass to the wing. Open 3. Johnson out is well short. And Reeves comes up with a defensive rebound. Up the floor, Toppin. Off to Shibwe. Out to the top it goes to Frederick with a 3. Missed rim short. Tipped up and the offensive rebound. Livingston outside. Reeves with a 3. Off the back of again. They missed back-to-back threes for Kentucky. Kansas State will look to push it. Johnson. Noel passes behind his back. Watch out. Keontae Johnson with a trailer. Throws it down. Two-handed flush. It's a 1-point game. No look pass. Behind the back there by Marquise Noel. That's what K-State can do for you, and Kentucky's defense not back for the 4th time in this game. In transition, here goes K-State with a steal. They got numbers. A 4-on-2 right to the rim. They get fouled with Johnson. So Keontae Johnson will shoot 2 coming up at the free throw line. It's Jacob Toppin who picks up the blocking foul. Marquise Noel with his playmaking abilities right now just taking over this game. That's what you cannot have happen if you're the Kentucky defense against this K-State team. They love to space the floor. Noel, back-to-back passes behind his back on numbers transition plays. 2 free throws to the line for Keontae Johnson. 2:53 left to go before half. First one is good. We're tied up. Will, welcome in. Sorry to hear that. Yeah, that Xavier team is really, really good at scoring. Second free throw, Johnson, it's good. Kansas State has the lead, despite shooting 0 for 12 from three-point range. First lead since the score is 3-2. Kentucky has it past midcourt with Reeves. Reeves at the March Madness logo. Reeves, bounce pass over to Livingston. Outside it goes to Frederick. Frederick moves it out to the top to Reeves. Reeves swings it over to Frederick. Frederick passes to Ware. 5 of the shot clock. Lance Ware. Lob down low. Triple team to Shibwe, and Shibwe gets fouled. They stack the box there on Big O. And the clock will stop with 2:26. So 2 shots coming up at the free throw line for Kentucky. Oscar Shibwe, 7 points, 8 rebounds. First one is good. At 23-23. Yeah, Reeves is 0 for 8 today. Reeves has come out firing in this game. Like, he missed 2 threes in the first 30 seconds. And yet to buy a bucket today. He's 0 for 5 from 3, 0 for 8 from the floor. Second free throw by Shibwe. And no good. Bounced off the rim. Rebound Kansas State. Keontae Johnson came up with a defensive board. 2:20 left to go before halftime. Marquise Noel will slow it down for the point for Kansas State. Number 13, Desi Sills back on the floor as well for Kansas State right now. Noel drives inside the key. Noel, no look pass down low. Gasson, no good. Tipping, it's good though. Naquan Tomlin for 2. And Kansas State takes the 2-point lead. Under 2 minutes left to go before halftime. What a battle here between the Wildcats and Wildcats. Blue and purple out on the floor. Reeves, yet to buy a bucket, lobs it off to Frederick, outside to Livingston. Livingston back out to the top to Reeves. 1:40 left to go. Reeves sends it over to Frederick. 10 in the shot clock, outside to Reeves. Reeves, 0 for 8, takes the jumper, make it 0 for 9, missed it. Offensive rebound, Shibwe. Pro hop, inside the key, rattled out. Another offensive rebound. Oh, what a rejection right there. Naquan Tomlin with a big block down low. It goes out of bounds. It will stay Kentucky ball. 1:27 left to go. Shibwe couldn't put it up. And then Livingston couldn't put it up either. Got denied by Tomlin. Keontae Johnson will check out now for Kansas State. Cam Carter, number 5, onto the floor. Frederick inbounds it off to Ware. Kentucky's missed 8 shots in a row as a team. Reeves at the left wing. Swings it off to Shibwe. 8 on the shot clock. Shibwe, his pass deflected. Intercepted by Noel. Here they go. A 3-on-2. Right to the rim. Tomlin. Oh, he missed the slam dunk. Got fouled. Trying to throw a poster right over Reeves. Naquan Tomlin heading to the free throw line to shoot 2 for K-State. We're just in the first half here, folks. 1:12 remaining before halftime. Naquan Tomlin, keep it up with a pack today in this game. This Kansas State team, by the way, biggest surprise of any team in the nation. First-year head coach Jerome Tang lost their top scorer to Nigel Pack, and from last season to Miami. This K-State team, 3 seed, right with the blue blood. Right now in a 2-point lead for Kansas State. Tomlin at the free throw line. First one he missed. Second one off the back room, no good either. Rebound to Shibwe. 0 for 2 at the free throw line by Naquan Tomlin. Kentucky just 1 point in almost the last 5 minutes. Reeves off to Ware. Ware, bounce pass down low. Shibwe has position. Shibwe couldn't finish at the rim. It's no good. Offensive rebound. Shibwe. Oh man, he ducks it down. +1 coming up at the free throw line by Oscar Shibwe. Big O, what can you do for you? First one no good. Rebounds it over 3 dudes. Jams it down plus the foul. Big O the reason why Kentucky is right now in this game. 10 and 11 in the first half. 8th career double-double in the first half. One shot at the free throw line for Sheway. See if he can take the lead for Kentucky. He does. Right down the middle. 55 seconds left. You can see the sweat dripping off of Oscar Sheway right now, trying to get his team pumped up after that slam dunk. 10 and 11 by Big O. He will check you out for the final 55 seconds. Kansas State gets the inbound. 4 ties, 3 lead changes. Kentucky largest lead by 8. Kansas State largest lead by 2. Kentucky by 1 right now. 45 seconds. Noel right to the rim. He scores. So swifty. Right to the hole with a right-handed layup. 5'7", plays with the biggest heart on the floor for Marquise Noel, number 2 in the nation in assists per game, but he can score the basketball as well. 30 seconds remaining. Bounce pass. Missed the mark. That's a turnover by Kentucky. Poor pass right there. That results in a big U. 28 seconds left. Kansas State has possession. 11th turnover of the first half for Kentucky. Cannot win with 11 turnovers. Kansas State with 5. Kentucky's the one that's struggling with the turnovers. 10 seconds left to go before halftime. Noel has it at the logo. Guarded by Ware. Brings a double team. Noel towards his right. Noel dribbles into the key. Lobs it up over the top. Closing it out. Going to halftime. It's an alley-oop jam. Naquan Tomlin. And we go into halftime. K-State. 3-point lead. Marquise Noel. Number 2 in the nation in assists per game for a reason. Best lob team in America. Right there. Right now. Noel the Naquan Tomlin. Throwing it down the house. 3-point lead for K-State going into halftime. Marquise Noel. He takes this team as far as they can go on a no-look lob to Naquan Tomlin before the buzzer. What a start. Make sure to join in. We got 2 more streams later today. Hopefully they're equally as good. Marquette versus Michigan State. Miami versus Indiana. If you guys are new in the stream, hit the thumbs up, spike the like, hit the subscribe. Ring the notification bell as well. And this is just the first stream to get started. Kansas State by 3 at the half. Oscar Sheway putting his team on his back for Kentucky. 11 points, 11 rebounds. Naquan Tomlin, the top scorer for Kansas State, holding his own out there. 4 for 6, 8.6 boards. 6 points by Keontae Johnson. Marquise Noel now up to 4 points and 5 assists. They've got 8 steals as a team. Kentucky going into that locker room. Just bad effort on transition defense in this game. Transition defense, turnovers, is costing Kentucky right now in this one. And Kansas State taking care of the basketball after a slow start with a couple turnovers. Really settled into this game right now for Kansas State. Whether this game will take on the winner of Marquette versus Michigan State in the bracket. Either way, we'd have a fun matchup there in the Sweet 16. Joe, welcome in, man. Things going pretty well. That was just one half of basketball action. Just incredible. Xavier beat Pitt 84-73. Yeah, so Cason Wallace got back into the game for Cason Wallace. So Cason Wallace is back. Desi Sills is back. So 2 players got dinged up from each team, 1 player each. Both of them, Sills and Wallace, back into the game. Sheboy is just carrying Kentucky right now. And in order to win this game, that will need to change for Kentucky, because that's exactly how they lost against St. Peter's last year. A one-man show. Sheboy with 11 and 11. After that, Cason Wallace with 6. Antonio Reeves nowhere to be found. 0 points, 0 for 9 shooting, 0 for 5 from 3-point range for Cason Wallace. Eastern Kentucky. Yeah, not much about that. I think, yeah, I'm pretty sure they're from the OVC. But I haven't, followed them this season or so. Robbie, welcome in. Kentucky, 2 of 11 from 3-point range. This is, so they've taken more than double their 3-point attempts per season this year. They only averaged around 16 threes per conference play. Yep. So EKU there. Kansas State is winning this game right now, and they're shooting 0 for 12 from 3. Sheboy's been a one-man show. It's been more balanced on K-State side. Tomlin with 8. Tomlin had that lob before halftime. They got all the energy right now for Kansas State going into halftime. Those guys are feeling confident about themselves because they're able to crack the Kentucky defense by pushing tempo. Kentucky turnovers a major problem, and then getting back in transition defense, the little things that you gotta do to put together stops. And it's just allowed Kansas State to space the floor, and that's how Kansas State's able to operate. Boulder Vaughn, welcome in. Yeah, they were up throughout most of the first half, but Kansas State coming on strong. Kentucky led by 8 at one point in this game. Kansas State's got their largest lead now at half. Yeah, there's been a ton of misses from point-blank range. None of these teams can finish at the rim. Marquise Noel, what he has done, he's just taken over the game. Marquise Noel, we see what he's been able to do, just open up the floor. A nice behind the back pass. That really just jolted something. They were down 22-19 at that point for Kansas State, and they had a numbers transition play, a 3-on-2, and Noel had just an incredible no-look behind the back pass to Keontae Johnson, who trailed and dunked it down. Oh, wow. So Indiana State was down by 9, 15 total turnovers, still won. Wow. The stick on the light here is it's getting a little bit darker. I guess the sun has been covered up by the clouds. Good that the sun sets like later though. Now I think it sets around like 7 p.m. here because back in like Thanksgiving and Christmas it sets where I am at like 4:15 in the afternoon. Yeah, this has been a great game. It could come down to the final shot. A lot of good games today. Weather's nice outside. It's like 50 degrees outside here, so it's good. Xavier won the first game over Pitt, so it's going to be Xavier, Texas in the Sweet 16, 84 to 73. Yeah, Sheway just carrying Kentucky in this game. Nobody else has been able to step up. If you guys are new in the stream, make sure to hit the thumbs up, spike the like, hit the subscribe. Right now, we're just at halftime. Riley, welcome in, man. Yeah, both of these teams' shot selections were like terrible, especially early on in the game. They just didn't settle in early on in the game. A lot of like bad turnovers early on. 11 turnovers certainly been the big issue for Kentucky. This Kansas State team's great out in transition. Yeah, I saw that. It's brutal for the Celtics. Lost against the Jazz. Been having terrible losses lately. Last week, lost against the Rockets last week. Yes, Penny Hardaway still coaches Memphis. They should be the one that's playing FDU today, but just mental mistakes there. Penny Hardaway, a big reason why they're not. One of their key players picked up his fourth personal foul with like 12 minutes left to go in that game against Florida Atlantic, and he had to sit on the bench for quite a bit of time in the second half. And then Memphis turned it over. Florida Atlantic got the steal, and they scored the game winner. They'd have to win the play-in. It looks like for the Pacers. So they're still alive right now in the playoffs. So they're number 11 right now. They're probably if they'd have to get into the play-in, so they'd have to move past Chicago. So they'd have to probably most likely win 2 play-in games in a row to get there and be the number 8 seed. That's the only way this is possible, most likely. Yeah, it's just wild. A 16 playing a 9. Yeah, I haven't checked the stats in a while, but I think Yuta was leading the NBA in 3-point shooting percentage for him. But that was, I think, when I checked it like a month ago, so I haven't seen it like updated or so. But it's been good when he's come off the bench. Yeah, it's been a crazy tournament. We got a 16 against a 9. So many of these top seeds just bowing out. Almost had a couple other ones, but they came back yesterday. Vaughn, what's good? Welcome in. Hey, there you go. You're getting 2 more subs. Awesome, man. Yeah, I did not expect FDU against FAU. Just wild. Oh man, that would be something. 4 Big East teams in the Final Four. That would be something. That Creighton Baylor game's massive today because whoever wins that is going to take on Princeton in the Sweet 16. So a chance there for a 6 or a 3 to eliminate a 15. And then we got a 9 and a 16 who will take on Tennessee. Maybe. Yeah, FAU is a really deep team, so you're preparing yourself for like 11 or 12 guys instead of like the typical like 8. I believe they lead the nation in bench points for Florida Atlantic. Yeah, Xavier almost they almost blew it down the stretch. They couldn't make their free throws. I think for Xavier, they got a lot of help playing a Pitt team that had played 3 games within like a 5-day span. And then that matchup for Pitt that they got is totally different from the other 2 that they were used to. Because they were coming off 2 teams that was like all defense but no offense, and now the complete opposite when they played against Xavier, which is all offense and not as much defense. Yeah, both of these teams have been brutal from 3. Kentucky 2 of 11. Antonio Reeves is 0 for 5 from 3 and 0 for 9 shooting. Kansas State's yet to make a 3. They're 0 for 12 right now. Yet they have a lead. Marquise Noel leading this team to take a lead. They were down by 8 at one point in this game. Kentucky's defense failing getting back to transition, especially like the second stage of that first half. I think I counted four times in the first half that they couldn't get back in transition defense after they scored a bucket. They just gave up an easy 2 right back on the opposite side for K-State. Yeah, that was wild. He had a career high yesterday, I believe. And Dylan Dessou, an absolute machine. Hey, what's good? Grego, welcome in. Right now we're just at halftime. I think we're going to go back like in a minute or 2 to the second half. They had just put it up that we're going to come back to the second half, but we should be back like 1 to 2 minutes from now for half number 2. What an intense first half. This, by the way, is stream number 1 out of 3 today. I'll be back for Marquette versus Michigan State. And then we got Miami versus Indiana. Marquette versus Michigan State says it's going to tip off at 5:15. And Miami versus Indiana says it will tip off at 8:40. And this halftime seemed long. They usually do like longer halftimes or so, but that one seemed like super long. Okay. All right, so half number 2 going to begin in just a moment. If you guys are new in the stream, hit the thumbs up, spike the like, hit the subscribe. Kansas State made every single bucket inside the paint. So all 16 field goals, points via field goals inside the paint. Oh, yeah, that definitely would. Yeah, I got that in my bracket for Texas versus Houston. Oscar Tshiebwe, a one-man show for Kentucky, 11-11 in the first half. Kansas State will have the ball first, right to left in the floor for K-State as we begin half number 2 of action. Desi Sills into the hands to Keontae Johnson on top. Naquan Tomlin. Tomlin holding his own in the first half. Johnson has it at the baseline. Johnson crossover, drives on top and swings it downhill right to the rim. Naquan Tomlin gets the layup. Largest lead of the game for Kansas State, 31-26. Naquan Tomlin, first one to double figures today for K-State. He's got 10 points now, shooting 5 for 7. Kentucky missed the last 9 of 10 to go into halftime. A runner inside the key. That drops through for 2 by Cason Wallace. That's exactly what they needed right there to start off the second half. Any other player to start to get going besides Oscar Tshiebwe. Wallace up to 8 now. Sills back out to Noel. Noel at the logo, passes left corner to Johnson. Johnson defended at the wing now by Toppin. Johnson towards his right, around the outside, stole away. Cason Wallace comes up with a steal, pickpockets Johnson. He scores the layup, and he got fouled from behind as well. One shot coming up at the free throw line, chance to tie it up. Cason Wallace, what a start in the second half for Big Blue. Wallace just pickpockets Keontae Johnson, steal right to the rim, Euro step. Layup good, fouled from behind by Cameron Carter. So that's the first personal foul picked up by Cam Carter of K-State. 2 on Keontae Johnson for fouls, 1 each by Tomlin, Carter, Noel, Gasson, and Iola for K-State. Fouls right now for Kentucky, 2 each by Toppin, Wallace, and then 1 each by Tshiebwe, Reeves, and Frederick. Free throw is good. We're tied up. 5-0 start for Kentucky in the scoring column. 5-2. They're leading the second half box, but Cason Wallace with all 5 so far. 1:15 through the second half. 18:45 left to go. Jumper deep 2, and that hits rim short. Missed by Johnson. Rebound Kentucky. They look to push it. Tshiebwe open down the middle. He has it. Oh, he got blocked from behind by Tomlin, and we have a blocking foul at the rim again off the putback dunk by Chris Livingston. Livingston will head to the line, shoot 2. And Naquan Tomlin blocking that off the glass, but Livingston right from behind with a putback got fouled. And that's on number 5 of K-State who picked up the foul. So that's Cameron Carter again. That's 2 quick personal fouls by Carter in the last 30 seconds. That's now number 2 to Carter. Livingston will shoot 2 free throws. Missed the first one. Donovan McCrabb, welcome back in, man. So 20-32 looks like. Round 2. Oh, sorry to hear that. Just 3 of 9 so far. Second one, no good. They go empty that trip. So missed both of the free throws by Livingston. 0 for 2. At the line that time, Noel swings it down low. Intercepted by Tshiebwe in the key. Here goes Kentucky. 4 on 3. Right to the rim. Livingston. He scores up and off the backboard. Big O jumping the route. Intercepting the pass, and Kentucky with a lead. Noel. Hand off on the outside to Johnson. Both of those guys are averaging around 34 to 35 minutes per game. We'll see if that's any toll here in the second half, logging in some heavy minutes. Johnson, top of the key, defended by Toppin. Johnson dribbles up to the elbow. Johnson back out to the wing. 5 in the shot clock. Johnson dribbles into the key. Johnson with 2. Johnson follow away. Tough shot. Hit the front rim. No good. It was all Keontae Johnson in that possession. Nobody else got a touch. Rebound Kentucky. 17.5 left to go. Lob. Down low. Tshiebwe. He scores up and off the glass. Looking for the fall. No call by the referees though. Tshiebwe pointing to his arm. He thought he got contacted there. Still pointing as we'll go to the timeout on the floor. Timeout by Jerome Tang in Kansas State. 35-31. Kentucky catapulting on a 9-2 run to start off half number 2 of action right now. Oscar Tshiebwe, Cason Wallace making big impacts here in the second half. Kentucky rocking right now in half number 2. Sheway with 13, 11 rebounds. Wallace with 11. He's got 5 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 steals. Couple bad turnovers by Kansas State has led to points for Kentucky on the opposite side. Naquan Tolman with 10. Keontae Johnson, he's got shut down today. Just 6 points by Johnson. He is 2 of 9 shooting right now for Keontae Johnson. He has no easy looks as of late for him. And Marquise Noel with just 4. He's only attempted 4 shots. He's got 5 assists. And Naquan Tomlin, he's like the lone efficient player right now for Kansas State. They're going to have to find other answers for K-State to see if they can match that, because Kentucky's found their 2 with Sheway and Wallace. Just Tomlin. Kentucky's defense really making it tough on Keontae Johnson in this game. If you guys are doing the stream, make sure to hit the thumbs up, spike the like, hit the subscribe. And welcome in. We get over 160 plus watching right now. Hit us up in the chat, by the way, if you haven't done so already. Who you guys like in this one? Kentucky or Kansas State? El Hombre, welcome in the stream again. Both of them are Wildcats. Yep. Jay, welcome in. Sorry to hear that, Braden. Yeah, I checked the score at the end of it. Just unfortunate. This has been a really good game. We come back from the timeout. We have 17:28 left to go as we see the last offensive possession by Kansas State. Keontae Johnson missed the turnaround short. We get back to action. A lot of dribbling by Kansas State as of late. Bounce pass, Cutter, Noel, deflected, intercepted by Kentucky. Back from the timeout. Kentucky with a steal. 17:20 left to go. They'll slow it down around the perimeter. 4-point lead for Big Blue. 4 for 5 to start off the second half. Cason Wallace lobs it out to the top, into the hands to Toppin. Toppin, bounce pass down low. Wallace underneath. Oh, what a bucket right there. He goes up and under move, scores up and in off the backboard for Cason Wallace. Cason Wallace taking over this game. Kentucky on an 11-0 run. Kansas State averaging 14 turnovers per game this season. They had 5 in the first half. Right now, they turned it over 3 times in the first 3 minutes in the second half. Top of the key, Keontae Johnson. Bounce pass over to Noel. 10 on the shot clock. Noel, bounce pass. Kick out to the wing. Aldi almost lost it again. Desi Sills in the corner. Picked it up, though. Sills inside the key. Sills, kick out. Corner. 3. 0 for 12. Make it 0 for 13. It's no good by Gasson. Rebound, Kentucky. Kentucky, chance to put board aboard. Wallace, no good. Offensive rebound, Sheway up and through with a putback. It's good for 2 for Big Blue for Oscar Sheway. 16:15 remaining. Push it. It's a bucket by Desi Sills. 5th time in this game, Kentucky has failed to get back in transitional defense after a make on their end. They can't get back in defense on the opposite side. Wallace at the elbow, tied up. Possession arrow. As we look here, we got 16 minutes left. Looking for the possession arrow. Wallace got tied up, though, with the left elbow. Yet to put one so far. This game's getting intense. It's going to be Kentucky ball. So Kentucky will get the inbounds. 16 minutes left to go. Inbound Kentucky. Jacob Toppin back outside of Reeves. Into the hands to Wallace. Wallace exploding here in the second half. Wallace slides it out to Reeves at the right wing. Sheway with 15 and 12. Wallace with 13, 6, 3, and 2. As we have a reach and fall picked up by Kansas State. And Kansas State struggling right now with the falls. That's number 4. 4 minutes and 15 seconds in the second half for K-State. And they're not known to be a deep team either for Kansas State, led by their duo all this season. That's a problem here for Kansas State. They just picked up personal foul number 4 of the second half right now. We have a timeout taken on the floor. 39-33. We're under 16 minutes left as we head to the media break. This is a 13-4 run for Kentucky right now. Quick update on the foul trouble. Kansas State, 2 personal fouls each for Keontae Johnson, Cam Carter, David Gasson. Red Wings fan, welcome in. Best of luck to Michigan State. If you guys would like to come on back later, I plan on covering the Michigan State versus Marquette stream. That'll tip off about an hour from now. That'll tip off. And then later tonight, Indiana versus Miami. Kansas State is yet to find their duo that's propelled them this season. Keontae Johnson, 6 points, 3 rebounds, held for just 2 of 9 shooting. Marquise Noel, 4 points, 5 assists. He's only attempted 4 shots. Kentucky, they've got it going with Oscar Tshiebwe and Cason Wallace. 15 points, 12 rebounds by Tshiebwe. 13.6 rebounds, 3 assists by Wallace. Hey, thanks so much, John. Really appreciate it. Oh, so Michigan State versus Marquette, the winner of that game. So if Michigan State beats Marquette, they would take on the winner of this game. So Kentucky, Kansas State. So whoever wins this game and then the next game, Marquette, Michigan State will take on each other in the next game. We get back to action, 15:40 remaining. Now I mean the Sweet 16, inbound Kentucky. Kentucky inside the key as we have a reach and fall picked up by Kansas State, and that's number 5. As a team in the second half, and that's 5 personal fouls in the first 4 minutes and 30 seconds for K-State. So Kentucky creeping up even closer to the bonus. Kentucky with 0 personal fouls in the second half. That's just bad discipline to come out like that in the second half and pick up reach and fall after reach and fall. Kentucky with an inbound. 13-2 run for Kentucky. Wallace at the left wing perimeter. Wallace drives baseline. Wallace bounce pass to the corner. Livingston kick out on top. Reeves lost it and turns it over. Turnover number 12 of the game by Kentucky. Kansas State looks to push it inside the key. They float it up and it's good. Plus the foul. Desi Sills at the rim with a layup. Able to get the bounce and one. What a battle. Wildcats versus Wildcats. Desi Sills, the transfer from Arkansas. Been around the SEC for a while before he made the trip over to Arkansas State. And then now in the Big 12 for K-State. They got Antonio Reeves, the one who picked up the blocking foul. So 15-12 remaining. I think they're looking at this fall on the floor. But they will give Sills the and one. Okay, Sills will get the and one. He's got 9 points today. He's averaging 8.7 per game this season. So above his average as Reeves will come out now. Reeves is having an atrocious game. 0 for on the board for Reeves. 0 for 10 shooting. Just picks up his second personal foul. So Reeves goes towards the bench, and they'll have C.J. Frederick back in the game for Kentucky. Free throw is good by Sills. 15 minutes remaining. Kentucky with the ball top of the key, Toppin, down low, lob goes to Sheway at the right block, passes corner, Toppin out to the wing, Wallace out on top, here's a three, Livingston straight away, off the front rim, no good, battle for the rebound, Noel comes down with it in the corner for Kansas State. 14:45 left, Noel at the top of the key, defended by Wallace. Noel passes right corner, Tomlin hands it off Noel at the right corner, guarded by Sheway. Noel takes the step back three, oh, he hits one! Bang, bang, first three-point shot finally for Kansas State on their 14th attempt of the game. We're even at 39. Nasty step back in the right corner there by Marquise Noel. 14:15 remaining. Cason Wallace at the right wing, defended by Noel. 12 on the shot clock. Wallace sends it over to Toppin, top of the key. 8 on the shot clock, approaching 14 minutes left to go. Toppin dribbles, drives, right down the lane inside with the left hand. No good to follow. Oh, it's jammed down. Through for two with a dunk by Chris Livingston. Kansas State up the floor. And Kentucky picks up the falls. The clock will stop with 13:57. What a putback there by Livingston, flying in from behind, crashing the glass, and throwing it down with a two-handed putback jam. If you're new in the stream, make sure to hit the thumbs up, spike the like, hit the subscribe. Ring the notification bell as well. What a game we've had here. Kansas State off the inbound, missed a jumper. Rebound control by Kentucky by Sheway. Sheway, 15 points, 13 rebounds now. Kentucky will slow down the tempo. Cason Wallace at the left wing, guarded by Noel. Wallace sends it off the Toppin at the edge of the midcourt logo. Toppin, top of the key, working on Tomlin. 14-3 offensive rebounds in favor of Kentucky. Sheway, a big reason for that today. Lob down low. Sheway lost control of the basketball. It's a turnover. Inside the key, Kentucky with turnover number 13, stolen away by K-State. Noel up the floor. Noel drives, kicks to the corner. Masood turns the corner, dumps it down low. It's Tomlin who gets the bucket. 41-41. 13-10 left to go. What a game. 7 ties, 5 lead changes. Largest lead, Kentucky by 8, K-State by 5. Here goes Kentucky right to the rim. A layup. It's made for 2 by Cason Wallace. Back and forth in the final 13 minutes. Kansas State dribbles back out to the perimeter. Naquan Tomlin hands it off to Noel. Noel takes the three. He got fouled in the three-point shot attempt. He'll have 3 coming up at the free throw line, and Coach Cal cannot believe it. That's on Toppin from behind. Jacob Toppin, bad fall from behind as Marquise Noel, leaning forward on a three-point shot, gets fouled around the right wing perimeter. This will be 3 shots here at the charity stripe by Marquise Noel of Kansas State. Jacob Toppin just picked up his 3rd personal foul. 7 points by Noel, chance to get to 10 here if he makes all of them. Indeed, what a game we have. First one is good by Noel. Taylor, thanks so much for joining in. If you guys are new in the stream, make sure to hit the thumbs up, spike the like, hit the subscribe. We have 12:42 left to play. Noel, second free throw. Same exact thing that happened in the last one. Gets the bounce. From the front to the back and right to the netting it goes. Naquan Tomlin will head towards the bench. Jacob Toppin for Kentucky will head towards the bench right now. It's been a really good game. Could come down potentially to a buzzer beater. Free throw number 3, Noel. No good. Around the rim and out. Rebound, Sheway. Sheway now with 15 and 14 in this game. 14th board by Big O. At the right wing, Antonio Reeves. Moves on top to Livingston. Gives it off to Frederick. Frederick towards his right around the perimeter. Frederick towards his left. Swings it over to Livingston. Outside it goes Reeves. Reeves spin move. Right block out to Livingston. Livingston. The bounce pass. Deflected. Oh, he turns it over. Chris Livingston with a bad pass there. Turns it over at the baseline. Kentucky's turnovers wrecking them. That's number 14 for turnovers. 14 turnovers for Kentucky with 12 minutes left. That's well over their season high of 11.6. Kansas State, chance to take the lead this possession. Approaching 12 minutes left to go. Noel at the right wing. Noel at the corner. Noel guarded by Sheway. Dribbles back out to the right wing. 8 on the shot clock. Marquise Noel. Here we go. Takes the 3 over Sheway. Off the rim, no good. A rebound ripped away by Livingston of Kentucky. And a foul picked up by Gasson of Kansas State. David Gasson picks up personal foul number 3. As we take the under 12 timeout right now. 11:49 left to play. Tie game. 43-43. What a game. Naquan Tomlin's got all 4 blocks for Kansas State. 3 steals coming off the bench as well by Gasson in this one for K-State. Gasson, though, picks up his 3rd. So he's the lone player with 3 personal fouls, 2 each by Keontae Johnson, Cam Carter, and Desi Sills of K-State. Foul trouble right now for Kentucky, 3 personal fouls by Jacob Toppin. Toppin's been a non-factor today, just 2 points on 1 for 6 shooting. And then 2 personal fouls each by Wallace, Reeves, and Frederick. Kentucky's only gone 6 guys deep today. Kansas State's gone 9. Though Kentucky's bench has outscored K-State's bench 3-2. Vernon, welcome back in. What a game we got here. Austin Man on the stream, welcome on board. Yeah, hit us up in the chat who you guys got for this game, Kentucky or K-State. Winner of this game will take on the winner of Marquette versus Michigan State coming up after this. I plan on covering that one as well. Yeah, Reeves went an 0 for today. Antonio Reeves, no points. 0 for 10 shooting, 0 for 5 from 3. Oscar Sheway, another monster game for him. 15 points, 14 rebounds. Yep, that's the easy one. Gonna have to take the Wildcats in this one. Battle the 2 Wildcats right now. Winner with a trip to MSG to take on the winner of Marquette versus Michigan State after this. Six personal fouls for Kansas State. So I'll put that bonus thing up because next time when Kansas State commits a personal foul in the second half, it'll be Kentucky in the bonus. So Kansas State with 6 personal fouls second half, Kentucky with 3. We get back to action, Kentucky with the basketball. 11:40 left to go. Bounce pass down low, Sheway got held up and he got fouled on the pass down low. So that will be free throws coming up here in the 1-and-1 for Oscar Sheway. He got held up by Ismail Massoud trying to post up. Number 25 of K-State picks up the personal. So this is now number 7 by Kansas State, and we still have 11:38 left to go in half 2. Sheway with 15 points, 14 rebounds. 1-1. First one by Shibwe. And no good. Skipped around the rim and out. Rebound went to Sills for K-State. Noel, past midcourt. Now over to Sills. Sills has it, the logo, defended by Frederick. Sills towards his left around the perimeter. Hands it off to Noel. 15 on the shot clock. Noel drives, floats at the runner. Off the glass, no good. Tipped up, and the rebound controlled by Wallace. Wallace shoots out of the pack, makes the pass, kick out corner. Open three, Kentucky. No good, missed off the mark by Reeves. He is an 0 for. Still in this game, 0 for 11, and they couldn't come down with it. Out of bounds, it went off the fingertips of Livingston, off the rebound. Why kick it out to the corner? You had an opportunity right to the rim. Why kick it out to the corner to the dude that's been stone cold throughout the entire game? 11 minutes left to go. Kansas State with it. Sills passes out to the left wing to Noel. Noel drives inside the key. Oh, nice dump off down low. There's a bucket. Up and it off the backboard for Kansas State for 2. The assist made by Marquise Noel. That's Keontae Johnson who scored. He's up to 8. 10:40 left to play. Wallace off to Livingston, top of the key. Into the hands to Frederick. Frederick towards his right, sends it over to Reeves. Takes the 3. Oh, he misses another one once again. Rebound Kansas State. Antonio Reeves cannot get anything to drop. 0 for 12 shooting, 0 for 7 from 3. Noel, inside Noel. Kiss off the glass right there. It is good. Marquise Noel taking over. Little floater over Shibwe, banks it off the glass, and a timeout taken on the floor by Kentucky. Coach Cal burns a timeout. 47-43. Marquise Noel up to double figures now with 11. What a game. Back and forth with 10:15 left to go. 2 of 14 from 3 for Kentucky. Kansas State 1 of 15, winning this game, and Antonio Reeves nowhere to be found. After making 4 threes on Friday against Providence, an 0 for today by Reeves. No points. 0 for 12 shooting, 0 for 7 from 3. Marquise Noel, the energy man for K-State, he is feeling it right now. We're back to action, 10:15 remaining. Kentucky with possession, past midcourt. Wallace receives it from the pass by Livingston. On the floor with Wallace and Livingston is Frederick, Shibwe, and Toppin. Reeves currently on the bench for Kentucky. Toppin, top of the free throw circle. Kick out to the corner. 3 in the air. Livingston. Oh, he hits one. Chris Livingston can make a 3. That's good at the left corner. Toppin with assist. It's a 1-point game. 9:45 left to go. Livingston now up to 11. Kentucky, 3 players, double figures scoring. 15 points, 14 rebounds by Shibwe. 15 points, 7 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 steals by Wallace. And now 11 points by Chris Livingston. As Kansas State right to the hole. Another bucket scored at the rim. That is good for 2 more. Believe that's Noel. Got it. 49-46. 9:20 left to go it was. Marquise Noel up to 11.7 assists now. Out to the left wing to Frederick for Kentucky. Frederick bounce pass down low, Shibwe. And Shibwe got held up. He got fouled. Bonus time once again for Kentucky with Oscar Shibwe. 1-1 coming up. These games have been unbelievable in March Madness. If you guys are new in the stream, hit the thumbs up, spike the like, hit the subscribe. 1-1 by Oscar Shibwe. At the free throw line, Kansas State picks up their 8th personal in the second half. Kentucky with 3 in the second half for fouls. 1 shot here for Shibwe. And he got it. 2-point game. Sheway. Free throw number 2. Got it. Right down the middle. 1 point game. 49-48, K-State with possession. 9:05 left to play. Noel, top of the key. 20 in the shot clock for Noel. Noel dribbles up to the right wing perimeter now. Dribbles back. Guarded by Reeves on the out. Guarded by Wallace on the outside. Reeves currently on the bench. Number 2, Cason Wallace. Out to the left wing, it goes Johnson. Johnson drives baseline. Tiptoes. Missed the layup. Off the glass. Tipped up to Frederick for the defensive rebound. Michael, thanks so much for joining in. King Markey, welcome back to the stream. At the wing, it goes to Toppin. Chance to take the lead for Kentucky. They're going to slow it down to 8.5 left to go. What a game. Kentucky with it at the March Madness logo. Wallace passes off to Toppin. Toppin 10 in the shot clock. Bounce pass. Wallace kick out corner. Frederick outside. It goes to Toppin again. 5 in the shot clock. Toppin inside the key. Toppin floats up a tough shot. Missed off the glass. No good. Hit the rim. Shot clock resets to 20. Offensive rebound. Sheway. 8:10 remaining. Sheway at the wing. Gets the pass off. Passing over to a cutter. Floats up the shot. It's good at the right block. Made by Cason Wallace. Tough defense there by K-State on that entirety of the possession, but Kentucky somehow, someway, found a way to score with Cason for 2. 17 points by Cason Wallace. 17 points, 14 rebounds by Oscar Sheway. 7:45 left to go. Driving baseline. Marquise Noel right to the rim. Scores again. Oh, man, he's bringing the energy. 51-50. Marquise Noel, a walking bucket in the second half right now. He's up to 13 with 7 assists. 5 and 9 shooting. 7:30 remaining. Top of the key, Toppin. Toppin guarded by Naquan Tomlin. Moves it out to Frederick. Frederick takes the 3. Missed poorly off the back rim. Battle for the loose ball. It's picked up on a rebound fall. Picked up, I believe, by K-State. And David Gasson is down. And he is holding his back, lower head, and neck area right now. Gasson and Sheway battling for this rebound. Yeah, Gasson is down. Gasson went down hard. David Gasson, good to see him able to walk off in his own power. So he's going to head towards the bench right now for David Gasson of Kansas State. We take a timeout on the floor. 7:20 left to play. 51-50. Kansas State 1 point lead. Could come down to a buzzer beater in this one. Stay tuned for the final of this game. What a game. Man. Marquise Noel, he is pumped up. Absolutely pumped up. We got the number 2 assist leader in the nation in action right now with Marquise Noel. Coming up, we got the number 3 assist leader in the nation. Stay tuned for Marquette versus Michigan State. Tyler Kolek, Rhode Island native, trying to see if he can lead his Marquette Golden Eagles to the Sweet 16 with Shaka Smart squad coming up against Tom Izzo's squad in Michigan State. Should be a good one. I think we're going to tip off at around 5:20 or so. We might go a little bit past that, so I'll join in progress because I have to update the graphics to make sure it says Michigan State Marquette. So it takes around 10 minutes or so. So I'll probably join in progress after this one's over, unless they push back the games. They keep on pushing back the games lately. $17.16 rebounds by Oscar Sheway, just carrying Kentucky. 17 points as well for Cason Wallace. 11 points by Chris Livingston. Marquise Noel rising up in the second half. He's got 13.7 assists for K-State. 12 points for Naquan Tomlin with 4 blocks, and then 10 points by Desi Sills. Yeah, Marquette's got nice uniforms. Oh, that would be wild. Princeton, FDU, Miami, St. Mary's in the Final Four. Oh, man. Just hoping that UConn can get past St. Mary's today. I don't know how many people would come on a stream for a St. Mary's game. Kansas State upper hand points in the paint in this game. Both of these teams scoring points in the paint constantly. 38-30 for Kansas State points in the paint. Turnovers been a struggle for Kentucky. 14 turnovers, Kansas State with just 8. Both these teams just been terrible at the free throw line. From the 3-point line, that is. 3 of 14 by Kentucky, 1 of 15 by Kansas State. So here we get back to action. Oscar Tshiebwe, 1 and 1 in the bonus at the free throw line. First free throw. Good. We have 7:20 left to play. (18 and 16 for Tshiebwe for points and rebounds. Second free throw. Good. 19 and 16, Kentucky takes the lead. Kentucky 9 of 13 on free throws, Kansas State 8 of 12. Marquise Noel, bounce pass left wing perimeter, Keontae Johnson. At the top of the key to Tomlin. As we approach the 7-minute mark left, we get a foul. Inside the key, picked up by Kentucky. Toppin went down. That's number 4 by Kentucky here. Is that... That's on Toppin. He's going to be out for a while. Yeah, that's number 4. That's number 4 picked up by Toppin now. So they call it on Toppin. Away from the basketball. And Toppin will have to sit out. So Lance Ware checks into the game now. 7:05 remaining. Inbound Kansas State. Noel will slow it down. Noel dribbles up to the free throw circle. Noel takes the jumper. Got blocked though by Livingston. Kentucky has it. Under 7 minutes left to play. They will slow it down. Big Blue by 1. Wallace, guarded by Noel at the March Madness logo. Wallace slides it out to the left wing to Reeves. Back into the game. He's yet to make anything today. Reeves gives it over to Tshiebwe. Hand off Reeves. Reeves takes the 3. No good again to follow. Oh man, Oscar Tshiebwe with a putback jam. Oscar Tshiebwe bailing out everybody from his team today. 6:20 left to go. Nobody there for K-State to box out Tshiebwe. Monster game for Big O. 21 points, 17 rebounds, and we still got 6:15 left to go. Noel. Deep range 3 from the logo. Marquise Noel. Steph Curry range. Bang, bang. He drills it. This dude is putting his back on his team. It's going to come down to Noel or Tshiebwe to the final whistle. Reeves. This is Wallace. Outside it goes to Reeves. To the left wing back to Wallace. Wallace lobbed down low. Tshiebwe going up. He got fouled. It's on Tomlin. 5:45 remaining. 2 free throws coming up for Kentucky. Now they're in the double bonus. $5:45 remaining. Naquan Tomlin picks up the personal. That's his 3rd. So Naquan Tomlin with number 3. Kentucky's only picked up 4 personal fouls in the second half. Kansas State just picked up their 10th. Tshiebwe with 2. Shot to the line. First one's good. Tshiebwe's finding his way at the charity stripe lately. Foul trouble right now for Kansas State. David Gasson on the bench with 4 personal fouls. 3 by Naquan Tomlin. Keontae Johnson with 2. Cam Carter with 2. Desi Sales with 2. Noel just has 1. Noel's been carrying K-State. Second free throw. Tshiebwe rattles in. 2-point lead Kentucky. Could come down to a buzzer beater, folks. Stay tuned for this one. 5:40 left to go. Marquise Noel. 17 in the first round against Montana State. 16 today, carrying his team in the second half. Pass down low underneath. Keontae Johnson gets the layup. 56-56. 5:25 remaining. Johnson up to 10 now. Kentucky with the ball with Wallace. Wallace drives. That's easy. Right to the rim. He scores with a layup. 5:15 remaining. Cason Wallace up to 19. Him and Tshiebwe having a great game today. So we approach the 5-minute mark left to go. Noel pass outside to Masood. Back to Noel. 5 minutes even. Noel takes the three. Off the rim, no good. Bounces to the top of the backboard. That's out of bounds. Kentucky will have the ball with 5 minutes left. Yeah, this has been a great game. Winner of this game will take on the winner of Marquette versus Michigan State coming up in a little bit. Kentucky gets the inbound. Under 5 minutes left. Kentucky by 2. They will slow it down. Cason Wallace, guarded by Noel, towards the right wing perimeter. Moves on top over to Reeves. Reeves drives inside the paint. Dumps it over to Ware. Underneath. Oh, he got called in the travel. Turnover by Lance Ware. It will go back to Kansas State. And that's turnover number 15 for Kentucky. How could you walk with a basketball when you're underneath the hoop? How could you walk with it when you're underneath the hoop? Dude, all you have to do is just go up, slam, dunk it down, Lance Ware. Come on, bro. K-State with it. 4.5 remaining. Johnson, pro hop at the elbow. Back outside Noel, bobbled it, get it back. Got it back towards the near side. Noel, lob, backdoor Johnson. Johnson finds it. No good off the glass. Ripped away by Sheway for the defensive rebound. Oh, man, that dude is an absolute beast. Oscar Sheway, 23 and 18. Kentucky is just a monster in the glass. 43-22. They are plus 21 on rebounds. Ware drives. Oh, he dunks it down. He learns from his mistake. Lance Ware, two-handed jam. Kentucky by 4. 4 minutes remaining. Kansas State with a possession. Noel. They're going to slow it down. They're down by 4. Noel at the right wing. Moosing on top to Tomlin. Back over to Noel. 12 on the shot clock. Noel guarded by Wallace. Dribbles to the left wing. Step back 3 in the air. Oh, baby. Big time shot. He drills it. Marquise Noel. Big time shot. Marquise there. 1 point game. 3:20 remaining. Driving inside the key. Ew! It's a turnover by Kentucky. Number 16 for turnovers. Cason Wallace lost it. Underneath the hoop inside the key, driving as it went out of bounds. Off Wallace last. It'll be Kansas State basketball after the media timeouts. 3:20 remaining. What a game. 16 turnovers by Kentucky. If you guys are new in the stream, hit the thumbs up, spike the like, hit the subscribe, ring the notification bell as well. We have 3:20 left to go. This game's going to come down to a buzzer beater, potentially. Cason Wallace with his 5th turnover to game. Oscar Sheway's got 5. Sheway with 23 and 18. I'm not a Kentucky fan. Kentucky beat my team on Friday. We will see. Only time will tell. I think we're going to have a buzzer beater in this one, honestly, Ethan. If you guys didn't know, I'm a Providence fan, actually, but I stream all different types of teams here, college hoops, also NBA. The team that I root for in the NBA is the Celtics. If you're new in the stream, hit the thumbs up, spike the like, hit the subscribe. And feel free to join in for Marquette versus Michigan State later today. And also Indiana-Miami. So I'll be back for both of those. Marquise Noel with 19, leading the way for Kansas State. He's got 7 assists. The winner of this game will take on the winner of Michigan State Marquette in the Sweet 16. Hit us up in the chat who you guys got for this one. Kentucky or Kansas State. Type in BBN if you're going for Kentucky. Type in K-State if you're going Kansas State. Yeah, that is possible. So Ryan put Kentucky 69-68. Very well. I think it could come down to a buzzer beater. We could have our first big-time buzzer beater. No, I don't think Memphis will win the championship this year. Too many distractions right now with Ja. He thought that he could run the West. I think they get humbled and they get sent out shipping in the first round, in my opinion. Other teams are going right after the Grizzlies. Hey, there we go. Thanks so much for joining in. Crazy interesting. You guys hear the legends in the channel. What a game we've got. 3:20 left to play. Cason Wallace with 19. Marquise Noel with 19. Oscar Tshiebwe, 23 points, 18 rebounds. We come back from the timeout. 3:20 left to go. 16 turnovers by Kentucky. Kansas State gets the inbound. Kansas State with 10 personal fouls in the second half. Kentucky with just 4. So Kentucky in the double bonus. At the left wing, Desi Sills. Over to Ismail Massoud. Puts the ball into the hands to Marquise Noel. 3 minutes remaining. Noel floats it up. Deflected. Though there's a foul. So Kentucky reaching in on the pass. I think they're going to call Tshiebwe here. Or that on Wallace. Yeah, that's on Wallace. And Coach Cal, obviously, he is furious about the call. He is furious about the call right there that they called a foul. And that... Wow, that's going to result in... That's going to result in 2 shots. That looked like it was a pass, not a shot. Yeah, Gasson down low. That looked clearly like a pass, first of all. Yeah, that's 2 shots. 2 free throws here at the line from Marquise Noel. That clearly looked like a pass to Gasson down low. The first one is good. That's the 5th personal foul picked up by Kentucky. Charged to Cason Wallace from the side. Second free throw is good by Noel. 61-60. Wow. That's a big call right there. That clearly did not look like a shot. 2:50 left to play. 12 ties, 10 lead changes. Wallace swings it out to the wing. Livingston dribbles, mid-range. Off the rim, no good. Offensive rebound. Wallace puts it up. It's good with a putback. Cason Wallace up and in off the backboard for 2. Cason Wallace, what a game he's had with 21 points. 2:35 left to go. Kentucky just torching Kansas State on the glass, 18-3 in offensive rebounds. Total rebound numbers 44-22 in favor of Kentucky. Cason Wallace has been strong, 9 for 11 from the floor, 3 at the wing for Massoud. Oh, he drills it. Kansas State takes the 2-point lead with a triple by Ismail Massoud. Marquise Noel got the assist on that pass. He's up to number 8 for assists now. 2:05 left to go. Kentucky looking to answer. Tie up the game. Dribble drive. Kick out. Corner. Open 3. Livingston. Halfway down. No good. Skipped around the rim. Rattled out. And a defensive rebound hauled in for Kansas State. 1:55 left to go. Kansas State will slow it down. Marquise Noel. Back in your trusted point guard's hands as he has the basketball. 1:40 left to go. 12 in the shot clock for Noel. Noel takes the 3. Off the back rim, no good. Tipped up, an offensive rebound. That's only their 4th offensive rebound, and it comes with 1:35 left. Noel. Guarded around the perimeter by Wallace. Noel at the right wing. 8 in the shot clock. Bounce past Johnson. Johnson, step back 3 in the air. Splash. Oh, yeah, it's good for Kansas State. Big time shot, Keontae Johnson. What a big-time shot right there off the step back. Kentucky in trouble. At the right corner, Wallace. 1:05 left to go. Bounce pass, Reeves. Elevates for the J. Missed another one. Tipped off the glass, no good. A rebound, Johnson. Antonio Reeves gets a big fat U. Nothing on the board for him. Nothing. He has been absolutely atrocious today. Backdoor lob. Snatching. Corner. Massoud. Back over to Noel. 45 seconds left to go. Noel gets fouled. Reach in given by Kentucky. What a remarkable story. Keontae Johnson, the comeback player of the year, makes a step back 3, hand in the face to go up by 5 for K-State. Antonio Reeves. Over. Nothing. Nothing on that dude today. 44.5 seconds left to go. Timeout taken on the floor. Clubber Tang. Gonna club them all in the brackets as we have a timeout taken here with 44 seconds. Antonio Reeves. 0 of 14. 0 of 9 from three-point range. Come on, man. Come on. Bro. What a game. Kansas State will get the inbound. Kentucky with 6 personal fouls. They're going to have to give another. 44.5 seconds remaining. Kansas State far side of the floor will get the inbound. They look to inbound. They do. Into the hands to Gasson. Gets double teamed. Pass goes to Johnson. Johnson quadruple teamed. Far side has to burn the timeout. 39 seconds. Over under at 142 for this matchup. So timeout taken on the floor by Kansas State. 39 seconds left. So we are well under that right now. So we're at 129. The over-under was set at 142. Feel free to join in for Michigan State versus Marquette coming up in a little bit. We're probably going to take like a 10-minute break or so because I have to change over to scoreboard text. That is brutal. Missing 9 straight threes in a row. That is brutal. On a blue blood. Absolutely brutal. There's 16 turnovers compared to 8 for K-State. So 67-62. Cason Wallace has 4 personal fouls. Same as Jacob Toppin. David Gasson's got 4 for K-State. Kentucky has a plus 20 advantage on the glass. And they're trailing by 5. Kansas State will get the inbound. We get back to action. 39 seconds. Keontae Johnson will be the inbound passer. Far side of the floor. Referee is just looking at the time at the clock right now when Kansas State burned a timeout. Okay, so they put back 39 and a half seconds left. Inbound. Noel drives baseline. Noel got the bucket. No, they're going to wave it off. Yeah, they will. So they will wave it off. The foul occurred before. He'll be in the bonus, though. So Marquise Noel in the bonus shooting free throws. So they're going to say reach and fall. I believe that's by Toppin. That should be his 5th. And he's done. Yep, he is done. So Jacob Toppin has just fouled out. He is done. Just 2 points today. Yeah, it's just like the Pittsburgh-Mississippi State game from Tuesday where Pitt just got destroyed in the glass and they still found a way to win. This dude right here, so much heart, 88.5% at the free throw line. Marquise Noel in the bonus 1-1. Good. Put the game on that dude's back. He'll take you right to victory. What a leader. The team that was picked dead last in the Big 12 Conference. 37 seconds away from moving on to the Sweet 16. Good by Noel. What a leader. Number 2 in assists per game. Finding a way from that dude to heat up in the second half. Marquise Noel with 22. Kentucky down by 7 at the rim. They're able to dunk it. That's Sheway. Sheway gets the dunk, 26.7. And we have a timeout here. So timeout on the floor. 26 seconds left to go. Kansas State will have it back coming up out of the timeout. All right, so 5-point game. Kansas State. We'll get the inbound here. 26.7 seconds left. They're going to run that football-style offense here off the inbound where they put 3 guys along the baseline, inbound to Noel. Noel in the backcourt gets fouled. I've got Marquette in that one. 23 seconds, Marquise Noel, 1-and-1 bonus. And Cason Wallace is done. So Cason Wallace has just fouled out. He was the one who gave the reach and foul. So he just picked up his 5th. 23.7 seconds left. Kansas State. Marquise Noel, an 88% free throw shooter, shooting in the 1-and-1. First one is good. This dude is a stud. Second free throw, Noel. Got the bounce. It's good. 7-point lead, Kansas State. Kentucky. 23 seconds remaining. Gotta go. They gotta go up the floor. Adu Thero, first time into the game. You gotta go. 17 seconds as they attack inside the paint. And that'll be a blocking foul. So 2 free throws will come up for Kansas State. It's charged to David Gasson on the foul. And this will send Antonio Reeves to the free throw line. I got UConn in that one. Grego, welcome back in. So David Gasson has just fallen out. So Reeves going to shoot in a double bonus. Has a chance to get his first point of the game. And the free throw is good. Reeves makes it. So he is finally on the board for Antonio Reeves. 39 minutes and 45 seconds through action. Gets his first point. As Lance Ware comes into the game, replaces Oscar Tshiebwe. 15 seconds left. Reeves will shoot free throw number 2. And it's good. 15 seconds. Kansas State out of timeouts. They will get the inbound underneath their hoop. Out to Sills in the corner. Sills will draw the reach and foul. I believe that's charged to Adu Thero of Kentucky. This will put Desi Sills at the free throw line for Kansas State. 13 seconds. Desi Sills, 1-and-1, makes the first one. These guys can hit their free throws. Second free throw, that's good. 7-point lead, K-State. Tshiebwe will check back into the game. Kentucky. Pass midcourt, 10 seconds. Gotta go, you gotta go for Reeves. Reeves takes a 3. Got it. He makes a 3 with 6.3 seconds remaining. Finally delivers on a 3. And a timeout taken by Coach Cal. They're out of timeouts. Both teams are out of timeouts. 6.3 seconds. So Reeves makes his first three. Looks like too little, too late. 6.3 seconds remaining. What a brutal game for Kentucky. 16 turnovers, and Reeves goes 1 for 15 and 1 of 10 of 3. Wow, last time we were at 129, and now we're at 142. We're right at the over-under. So we are right at the over-under. 142 we have right now on the scoreboard. Wow. I did not think it would go there based on how we were going, but wow. 6.3 seconds. They're going to have to fall for Kentucky. Going to have to force a 5-second or a steal. Most likely it will be a fall, though. 6.3 seconds remaining. Kansas State, despite being out-rebounded on the glass by 20, 45-25, they found a way because of their leader at the point guard position, Marquise Noel. 25 points by Noel broke out in the second half. Inbound to Noel. And Noel gets fouled with 3.9. Noel will head to the free throw line, and now they're in a double bonus. Kentucky tried to force the tie-up. Referees called it, though, on a reach-in. They tried to force the tie-up. That looked like a tie-up. That clearly looked like a tie-up. And then you go back to the Noel play where it looked like he was passing the ball and they sent him to the free throw line to shoot too. Those are some critical possessions right there. There were other ones earlier on in the game as well. 74-69. Second free throw is good. Noel makes them both. That dude is an energy booster for the purple and white. Kansas State will be moving on to the Sweet 16 to take on the winner of Michigan State versus Marquette. Thanks all for joining in and being a part here on the stream today. Final score, Kansas State wins 75-69 over Kentucky. What a game. We went back and forth. And K-State, the 3 seed, going to play at MSG on Thursday. Coming up, I'll have Michigan State versus Marquette on another stream. I'll be back in about 10 minutes from now. Have to change over to scoreboard text for that one. Going to close out to the channel members here. All channel members get a shout out. We got Jason, Rajeep, Russell, Oreo Pudding, Bradley, Braden, Mario, Bino, Mark, John, Kedit, Jess, Ahino, Josa, Vegas, SG Sports Talk, Derek, Michael Ward, I am Ghost, Kelly, Asia, Laszlo, Roderick, Ronaldo, Didi, Katie, Barco, Siegel, Woopig, Ian, Oink, Oink, Emmanuel, and Robin. Thanks all joining in for today, everybody. Kansas State wins over Kentucky 75-69 as K-State will now play in the Sweet 16. And enjoy the rest of your Sunday, everybody.